Wow! When I ask for a history episode, we get a history episode. Hey everybody, what's up? Ultrabag64 here. And I know there's a bit of light content on my channel right now. It's because I've been sick. I'm still a little sick. Hopefully that doesn't impede on this awesome episode that I'm going to talk about right now. So, this week we had another new episode called Testing 1, 2, 3, which I thought was going to be okay. We're getting a musical episode, but no, it's actually a learning episode about learning. Who knew? So anyway, basic plot of this episode is Rainbow's trying to get into the Wonderbolt's reserves. She's trying to take a test, and she's not learning squat diddly dot. Now this actually resonates with me, and I'll get to that in a sec. But we actually get a lot of history into not only the Wonderbolts, but also a little bit into the Royal Guard as well. We learned that before Celestia and Luna split up, there was no need for the Royal Guard, apparently. I don't get that, because, I mean, two sisters can't control an entire expansion of Equestria. I don't understand how it makes sense that they don't need a Royal Guard to police things, but whatever. And apparently there were no Wonderbolts as well. So anyway, this episode starts off with Twilight trying to teach Rainbow all about the Wonderbolt and trying to help her pass her test. I would love to see what it would be like for Rainbow, a particularly sporty character, and Twilight, a quote-unquote egghead, to kind of butt heads in this matter, because we've never really seen Rainbow try and really learn from Twilight. It was really cool to see two characters that don't usually butt heads to butt heads in this scenario. Rainbow really didn't want to learn anything. She was basically just like, I don't really want to learn this, Twilight. Seriously, I'm a Wonderbolt, come on! It's just like, Twilight's trying to translate the severity of Rainbow's actions, but Rainbow's kind of being a goofball about it. And, I mean, that's just kind of her. That's just how she is. She is a prankster, and so obviously that's how she was acting when she was in school. And so I don't fault her for that. So the main six join in after Twilight's failed attempts to try and teach Rainbow, and they try different learning methods. Fluttershy actually tries putting on an educational play, and I think that's unique because we don't usually get educational plays in modern education these days. These days we get the same cookie cutter thing. One way works for everybody. And I'm gonna get into that again later. So then Pinkie tries to go the old school route of Schoolhouse Rock and make a song about it. And I actually enjoyed that because, again, it reminded me of Schoolhouse Rock. And if you don't know what that is, then you're not old enough. Go Google it. And then Rarity tries in the most confusing way possible that I can think of by showing fashion, which I suppose could work if you're Rarity. I personally was just like, I don't understand where you're going with this, Rarity, but okay. And Applejack's just like, I ain't got nothing. Which is honestly, that's actually probably true. That was really confusing, and I'm sorry for saying that. Honestly, I mean, think about it. Applejack's a farmhand. You know, in the old-timey days? Gosh, I sound old. In the 30s and 40s, back when farming was a big thing, most farming kids didn't get to go to school. If you read To Kill a Mockingbird, you'll realize that two farm boys, they didn't go to school. They went for maybe the first day or the first week and stuff, then they got called to the farm, and they worked on the farm to harvest the crops. Basically, Applejack probably didn't get to go to much school. That, again, made no sense. I'm sorry. My grammar is horrible. Anyway, my point still stands that Applejack probably didn't go to school very often, if at all, because she was too busy helping with her family's orchard. So eventually we get to the breaking point of Rainbow's just like, I'm not gonna get this. Stop. And I think this is really telling because in our educational system, we actually only have this one way works for everybody thing going, where it's like, okay, you're gonna sit, I'm gonna talk to you, and you're gonna sit and take these notes. There you go. And for everyone, that doesn't work, as shown in this episode, and portrayed in real life. Duh. And this gets into something personal for me because, as many of you don't know, I have something called ADHD and I also have ADD. Now, if you don't know what that means, dyslexia basically is this thing where I mix up letters and I mix up stuff and I don't understand things as well as others. It takes me a while to get things. And also attention deficit disorder, which ADD, basically means that I have a short attention span. I have the attention span of a Cocker Spaniel, and I will get distracted very easy. If you throw something shiny in my line of view, I will be like, oh, shiny thing! Bye! So, yeah, you can probably tell where I'm going with this. The traditional learning style that teachers teach in schools doesn't work for me. It doesn't, because I don't get it. It just doesn't work. What does work is I'm a kinesthetic learner. If you don't know what that means, I'm throwing a lot of words that probably people don't know. Kinesthetic learners basically learn through touch and feel. They have to have a model with them. So I suppose maybe Rarity's option would work for me, but the case still stands that Twilight's style of learning wouldn't really hold with me. Granted, I love Twilight. I am a huge Twilight fan. I would love to learn with Twilight, but it doesn't necessarily mean that her learning style would work for me. And that is portrayed in this episode very well, and I absolutely love it. So we actually get, in the next scene, we actually get a really cool realization for Pegasi, and something that I was really, dumbstruck about. So here's the thing. Pegasi have adapted over the years to not only watch the sky, but also pay attention to the ground. Why do you think that is? Well, think about it. Think about Commander Thundercloud, or whatever his stupid name is. The guy from the play. Pegasi were originally warriors, so therefore they had to keep an eye on the ground and in the sky at the same time, because they wanted to make sure that if someone were going to attack them from the ground, because they've got command over the sky, they don't have to worry about anyone coming in from the sky. They have to worry about the ground. And so therefore, they need to make sure that, hey, nobody's going to come attacking me from the ground, and I'm not going to be paying attention, so I'm going to get shot or whatever with magic. So they have to pay attention on the ground. And they also have to pay attention where they're flying, so they have to have this kind of peripheral vision thing going. Now here's the thing I realized also after watching this episode. Derpy is a fantastic freaking pony. You know why? Because she's got derp eyes. Cross-eyed. She's not cross-eyed, wall-eyed. And that means that she's constantly doing that with one eye on both. And she doesn't have to move her head at all. That's an amazing adaptation, and I don't know if the creators thought of that. Just saying, that's something I thought of. I was just like, wow, Derpy's a freaking amazing pony. And so what they do is eventually the main six figure this out. Then they're like, okay, how can we use this to our advantage? How can we use this to teach Rainbow? Because she retains everything she sees. And so they use this adaptation, this instinct, to basically teach Rainbow Dash all about the Wonderbolts. I find that just dumbfoundingly freaking amazing awesomeness sauce. That was a word. Technical term, not arguing with it. I find that amazing. It's just wonderful to see that you use something that you didn't know about a pony or a race to your advantage. That's how she learns. That's the best way she learns. And it's wonderful to see them tailor it to fit her learning style. Now, some schools do this in our learning educational system. Some schools actually do tailor kids to learning in a certain way and getting them, to learn. I myself had to go through several special classes to learn how to deal with dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, all that crazy mumbo jumbo. I had to learn how to deal with that. It never really was something that I was taught. The educational system was never tailored to me. That's the thing. I had to tailor myself to match it. Now, that's not to say that it won't change or it's not changing. It's been many years since I've been in school, so I don't, know how it's happening now. But that's just the thing that I like to bring up, is that this shows that if you tailor the educational system to a specific kid, you're going to get better results. Kids won't flunk out as easy. Look at Rainbow Dash. She got a perfect score on her test. And she wouldn't have had Twilight and the others not figured out that, hey, she learns this specific way. And I love that. And so that, to me, makes this episode just a absolute joy to watch. I absolutely love this episode, and I cannot recommend it more. So anyway, guys, that's about it for my episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you have a fantastic day. Sorry if my voice is a little crazy. Again, I'm still getting over my cold, so bear with me on that. But anyway, guys, I'm Ultramag64. Remember, don't feed those parasprites, and as always, happy gaming. I'll shake you guys some said bye.
Drain you of your colors. You are the apple of my eye. friend you once knew. Search your heart, you know it's true. There's no time to say goodbye. This will be the end of your life. I've gone batty, lunatic under the moon. I've gone batty. Once I sink my teeth into